If you want a front office investment banking role in London, you have about 3 months from stepping onto campus to secure an offer. The timeline is compressed, and the competition is severe. For most applicants with limited experience, a master's in finance is the most reliable entry point. But candidates typically approach this process with a heavy bias. They fixate entirely on university prestige and rank. This creates an immediate dilemma. Do you endure the grueling, highly selective admissions battle required for a target school, or do you take the more accessible route of a semi-target program? We are not going to rank these universities in a vacuum. Instead, we are going to look at the exact mechanics of how these schools place candidates and map them directly to the specific deficits in your current resume. The best master's program for you is not the one at the top of an arbitrary list. It is the one that solves your specific career barriers. When we talk about target schools in the UK, institutions like LSE, LBS, Oxford, Cambridge, and Imperial, we are talking about recruiter behavior. Target status simply means that bulge bracket and elite boutique banks allocate significant resources to be physically present on that campus. Then there is the semi-target tier, featuring strong programs like Warwick and UCL. Graduates from these universities are highly respected, and they absolutely break into investment banking every year. This table shows the access divide. At a target school, banks host dedicated information sessions and conduct first-round interviews on campus, pipelining you into analyst classes. At a semi-target, banks attend multi-firm career fairs. You will rely heavily on standard online application portals. When you pay the premium in effort and tuition for a target degree, you are essentially purchasing recruitment efficiency and structured access. Let's look at the actual journey a student takes, from the day they enroll to the day they sign an offer letter. This flowchart illustrates how drastically that path differs depending on your school choice. The top path represents the target route. You survive a brutal admission cycle, but once you arrive, the pipeline to an interview is relatively direct. The hidden trade-off here is internal competition. You are now fighting for those specific interview slots against the highest caliber peers in your own cohort. The bottom path represents the semi-target route. The barrier to entry is slightly lower, but reaching an interview requires immense personal initiative to navigate a winding road of external networking. Top bulge bracket banks like JP Morgan regularly hire from semi-targets, but the access isn't hand-delivered to your lecture hall. Take Warwick Business School. It produces exceptional finance professionals, but securing a top-tier offer from there requires severe, proactive cold emailing and aggressive networking. You either pay the price up front by beating the brutal acceptance rates of a target, or you pay it via year-round networking hustle at a semi-target. Many candidates apply to master's programs because they feel their current undergraduate degree is acting as an anchor, holding them back from top-tier interviews. For these applicants, the goal is an academic reset, using a prestigious graduate brand to erase the stigma of a lesser-known undergraduate university. A master's from an institution like Oxford signals a high level of academic achievement that immediately bypasses automated HR filters at major banks. But admissions committees are acutely aware of this tactic. They know when a candidate is using their program purely for a brand reset. To secure a spot, applicants from non-target backgrounds must start their preparation months earlier, working significantly harder to document their quantitative capabilities and prove they belong in the cohort. An elite master's in finance offers a clean slate, but it is reserved for those who execute a flawless, gap-free application strategy. Then we have the candidates pivoting from non-finance backgrounds. A prestigious brand opens the interview door, but it cannot speak for you once you sit down at the table. This chart maps the relationship between the prestige of your university and the raw technical skills required to survive the interview process. To push your profile into the upper right quadrant, you rely heavily on specialized career services. In a first-round interview, you will likely be asked to flawlessly execute a discounted cash flow analysis, out loud, in 5 minutes. Target programs function as proactive placement machines for this exact scenario. LSE has a dedicated finance accelerator, and Oxford runs a finance lab, both specifically designed to drill these technical skills into you. The hidden cost is time. This intensive technical training and the constant stream of mock interviews compete directly with your actual academic coursework. For a career pivoter, attending a target program is almost mandatory. You need the brand to get noticed, and the intensive survival training to actually pass the technical interview.
Bringing all the variables together, the choice between tiers depends entirely on your starting position. This decision tree maps out the most effective route based on your specific profile. If you have a non-target undergraduate degree or you lack direct finance experience, you must aim for Branch 1, a target school. You require the brand halo and the heavy career services to bridge the gap. If you already have a strong quantitative background, relevant internships, or a tight budget, Branch 2 is highly potent. A semi-target program will serve you well. But remember the core rule of the semi-target path. You must be prepared to treat external networking and cold outreach as a second full-time job. Making the right choice means aggressively matching a program's structure to your exact resume deficit. Success in a target school's admissions process depends on your ability to prove technical readiness and career clarity before the program even begins. Securing admission demands a strategic understanding of the recruitment landscape, early preparation, and meticulous effort to fill the gaps in your profile. The most successful candidates seek expert guidance early in the process to guarantee their narrative is flawless before they ever submit an application. For a detailed analysis of how your profile aligns with top programs and a bespoke strategy to maximize your chances of admission, visit Leadearly to get in touch. Starting with the right application strategy ensures you aren't spending your first semester trying to fix your profile while your peers are already interviewing.